Okay, so I just want to say, if you guys like the content and you want to support me, check out my new merch shop. I got some tinfoil hats. I got my brand new Free Trump mugshot shirt. Check out the link in the description, tvsmerch.com. I got some other cool gear over there. So let's get started with Eric Adams. What's going on over here in New York City? Part 4 of the series of You Get What You Vote For in New York. So Eric Adams just went full-blown MAGA in a meeting during a conference in New York City. This man is getting fed up with the influx of migrants. They're getting 10,000 migrants a month, and nobody's helping this man. He's begged Joe Biden for assistance. Please send me some money. The feds aren't doing anything. He went to his governor, Kathy Hochul. She don't want to get involved because this situation is very difficult to deal with politically. So they said, look, Mayor Eric Adams, mayor of the best city in the world, mayor of the city with the greatest brand in the world, as Eric Adams said, you're on your own. So New York has run into a $12 billion problem. They're projecting that this is going to cost them $12 billion through 2025 to deal with the migrant crisis, to feed them, to house them, to get them in new schools, get all these services they need. And nobody's there to rescue them. Nobody's there to assist them. The city schools are being overwhelmed. So they just started school a couple of days ago, and they added 20,000 illegal immigrant children to the school system. And most of them speak Spanish, and you have, they said, over 11 other languages. So the schools are trying to accommodate the foreigners because they're looking for people who can speak the languages of the foreigners versus the foreigners coming to a new country and learning English. I think that's kind of backwards. If I move to France, I'm not going to say, hey, I demand that you guys provide services to me in English. I know if I'm going to France, I need to know some goddamn French if I want to live like a normal person. But nope, New York got it backwards. They're saying, okay, you speak this language, you from West Africa, you speak this, you from East Asia, you speak, okay, well, we need to learn all of these languages and hire people in the schools and throughout the city who can accommodate these people. Completely ass backwards. And we're going to take a look at this clip of Eric Adams venting. He's been trying to straddle the fence. He want to say, okay, I'm a Democrat, I'm a leftist extremist who loves illegal immigration and advocate for sanctuary cities. But at the same time, I want to acknowledge that this is a terrible idea. So let's take a look at what Eric Adams had to say.
I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. We got a $12 billion deficit that we're going to have to cut. Every service in this city is going to be impacted. It's going to come to your neighborhoods. All of us are going to be impacted by this. I said it last year when we had 15,000. And I'm telling you now with 110,000. The city we knew we're about to lose.
Well, I'll be damned. Who knew that a far left extremist, especially on the subject of illegal immigration, who knew that they be regurgitating right-wing talking points? You get what you vote for. See, it's easy to talk all this crap when you're in New York and Texas, New Mexico, California, Arizona. All these guys, all these states are feeling the brunt of it. All of these states for decades, especially Texas and Arizona. These states for decades, they had to bear the cost of this. Basically alone, and nobody gave a damn because the immigrants were held down there deep in South Texas and all these poor neighborhoods, or they'll come up to San Antonio, El Paso, somewhere like that. But Now they're in New York, and all of a sudden, these far leftists care. All of a sudden, the mainstream media wants to talk about it. Eric Adams better be careful because they're going to accuse him of racism. They're going to say, you're a white supremacist. You sound like Donald Trump right now. So now New York is bearing the cost of this. And like he said, all these organizations in the city of New York, they're going to feel it. So Eric Adams got slammed for it. All these defamation leagues, these anti-racists and these immigrant advocate organizations and community leaders came out and condemned them, saying he's fear-mongering. This is a shame. The Democrat leadership, the councilman, the representatives up there in New York City, they're saying, Eric Adams, you sound terrible. This is horrific. Just support the asylum seekers. See, all these people are sitting back, not doing anything, but they're telling Eric Adams, hey, handle it. You got 10,000 migrants coming every month. Okay, take care of them. This is New York City. Remember 100 years ago when the country wasn't fully stable, all the laws, the precedent wasn't in place? 100 years ago, 150 years ago, we had migrants coming in then. So what's the problem now? So even though they have a $12 billion cost to run this, these Democrats, they don't see it. They don't give a damn. They're just saying, Eric, handle it. Use the magic wand and handle it. So Eric Adams is now instituting budget cuts throughout the entire city. Police departments, social services, schools, everywhere. He's looking for 15% across the board. They're going to be hiring freezes. And I know firsthand, like in the military, when you're working with civilians, you're in a department trying to get stuff done, these hiring freezes can really hurt a department, can really hurt the ability for people to get things done because you're so short-staffed. And you're one person and you're trying to do the job of 2 people, 3 people. You still have these same tight deadlines, but you're understaffed. And you're under the feeling that no staff is coming anytime soon. And New York was already in a lot of departments throughout the city. They were already experiencing short staff, but now it's going to be exacerbated because all of these organizations are about to lose funding. And Eric Adams, he's doing this for one reason, because he has to bear the cost of being a sanctuary city. It's no longer free. It's no longer so easy to wave your finger at the feds and say, F Donald Trump, stay out of our business, keep ICE away, we're a sanctuary city. No, times have changed, baby. Now you want to be a sanctuary city? How about this? How about Texas send 10,000 migrants up there a month? And let us see how much of a sanctuary city you really are. So they're going to be hiring freezes. They claim there won't be any layoffs. Some of the council members are talking about tax increasing. This is what these people are voting for. Now they're about to raise y'all taxes to pay for illegal immigrants in your city. Looks like they're going to be less teachers, less police on the street, less city workers cleaning up sanitation, dealing with the rat problem, people working on the water system and holes in the road. All these city services that these people are used to, the service is about to decrease because they want illegal immigrants. The population is about to get more dense, is dramatically increasing, over 100,000 in the last year and a half. And they're about to lose a lot of city services. They're going to have less cops on the road because you're going to have cops retiring, leaving the force, getting the hell out of New York City. But you're not going to be replacing them at the rate that they're leaving. And this is what the people in New York City want to vote for. So here's the solution to the problem. Get rid of that sanctuary city status. Call ICE. This is how you put the pressure on Joe Biden. You say, look, Biden, I have 100,000 of them up here in New York City. So if Biden is really about enforcing federal laws, it's going to be put on him to get those migrants out of there. And if Biden chooses to not do it, now the heat is on Biden because you're no longer a sanctuary city. You're telling the feds that they have a federal problem up here. So people are going to be looking at Joe Biden and he's going to have to do something about it. But of course, Eric Adams is not going to do that because he's a brainwashed leftist extremist. So good luck, New York. And if I was in New York City, if I was one of y'all taxpayers, I'd be outraged and I'd be looking to get the hell out of there. It's expensive as hell. They're about to increase your taxes. And these migrants are getting all types of services. They're getting free backpack school supplies, housing, phones, PlayStations, Nintendo Switches. They were taking busloads of school supplies directly to the schools where the migrants are. How much, we just had back to school. So if you live in New York, your parent, how much did you spend on back to school? Because it costs hundreds of dollars per child for clothing and back to school supplies. But these people are breaking into the country, breaking the law, and they get it all for free. But if you like this stuff, if you all for it, keep voting for it, whatever. But hey, good luck. Let me know what you think. Leave me your thoughts down below. Share the video. Thanks for watching.